Hello again, it's Noob. Some time ago now, a fantastic lockpicker by the name of Oceanaut sent me an Assa Ruko 3 with no working keys, just some key blanks and the tag which comes with Ruko locks. I think this acts as some kind of like lock ID card type thing. It's a very cool little thing. It's obviously not able to fit into a keyway, but I really do like these. They act as quite a nice little key ring to go alongside the actual keys, which look very similar in profile, as you can see. And yeah, I tried to impression the lock because I only had a couple of keys and I failed to impression it the first couple of times. I didn't want to miss the opportunity to have a key for this lock, so I had to blind pick it and I made this key. So this isn't cut by a machine. You might be able to see there some like file marks and things. I tried to make it as professional looking as possible. I think that the angle here isn't fantastic, but it does work surprisingly nicely. So hey, at least it works. It seems to be a nice working key. It doesn't catch up or anything like that. It's very smooth. So yes, I failed to impression this, so sorry Oceanaut for failing to impression this, but at least I picked it and I got a key. So what I'd like to do now is repeat how I managed to pick this lock. It's a bit of trial and error to begin with when you're blind picking these Rukos. It was, as far as I could tell, never used, so every single thing inside here was very sharp and very catchy. These have undercuts and gin bottle spools, and the interaction of those, especially on the new ones with no wear, they can be fierce. But anyway, let's throw this in a vise. We'll pick it, we'll gut it, and you'll see what's inside. I'll see you in a second. So we are in the vise. There is that deceptively difficult bitting because of its really sort of high cut pin 6 here, which means you've got to have a very deep hook. By trial and error, especially because I picked this without having a key for it, I found you just need a deep hook. That's really it, and you've got to be very careful with your tension to manually counter rotate if possible, just by moving the tension tool back a little bit. So we have a gem pick to start with, just to have a little go at these. Nothing on 1, 2 little click, nothing on 3, 4 into a bit of a false set, 5 little click. So just go back and hit 2 again, I think, into another click on 2, nothing on 3, little click on 4, nothing on 5. Okay, so now we've got to get a deeper hook, quite a deep hook in 18 thousandths here. Going to go in to the bottom of the keyway, then up and around till we can get underneath pin 6, and then gently use manual counter rotation. We know I just moved that pick back, sorry, the turning tool back. There we go, until I can feel, I think that feels set. Okay, but we have dropped some of the set pins, so now we've got to go in, test 1, nothing, 2, nothing, 3, nothing, 4 little click, 5 nothing. So let's try 1 again. Feels good. 2, some counter rotation, and oh, we got the open. There we go. So it seems like we picked our way through the lock, and then when it got to the end, we managed to pick the last pin. Then we had to come back through and pick any pins that dropped as we set that last pin. So we should be able to gut this now. So let me put this vise all the way up here. Open that up, and we should be able to see down into the keyway. And what we need is a, so look in my tool drawer and find so which will go down into there, and no, too small. next one. That's too small, that's too small. This one? Oh yeah, seems to be great. Let's do that one. So we'll undo the screw in there, which should mean that the core will pop out. I'm going to lie the lock down, hope that the ball bearings don't instantly shoot out. We don't want that to happen. It makes putting it back together so much harder. Like that. And we can see that we have that open. Let's get a... Well, now we've got the key. Let's not mess around with the lock anymore. Let's close it back up. Hear those nice clicks. There we go. Pop that in. Then I just need to get a screwdriver out of the drawer as well. I've got quite a nice set that I use all the time. Not a sponsor, but I quite like this little Draper set here. And we should be able to just undo these little screws. Doesn't take too long to gut this either. Not really. Okay, so just need a follower, and it is a 10mm follower, and I do prefer to use a shim just because I can. So we'll give it a little 1/8 of a turn, pop the shim down here, like that, pop the follower in, push it out one quick smooth swipe, and I think that these are all standard drive key pins in here. I think. Oh, well, we'll put those in some kind of order. Oh, that's the short one, so that's probably that one. That was probably that one, which means that one is left. And we can see here, get the light in there a little bit for you, why this can be a little bit tricky. There's some really lovely undercutting. Where's a hook? Ah, yes, here we go. So I've got a hook here, and you can see that if I go there and put the, can you see that the tip of the hook is catching? If I turn it, you can see these little grooves all the way along here. That's very, very Ruko. There we go. And what I'll do is I'll just quickly gut this one too. So all standard key pins, which is very normal. Then these beautiful gin bottle spools, just because they look like old gin bottles, and they really are just the most lovely things. I am a big fan of these. I mean, yeah, they're a bit of a pain to pick, but you know, you treat them a bit like serrated pins and take your time, and these Rukos aren't impossible tricky, but not impossible. They're a good intermediate picker's lock to pick. And what's lovely about this one is that there is a gin bottle spool in every single chamber, which I just think is great. So there's no getting away from those undercuts. Let's see how one interacts with those undercuts, just so if in case you're not familiar. So you can see that that would be sat in the keyway, and then it would just catch here like that. So it would allow the core to turn in, but it wouldn't easily come out because it's literally just caught from that side. Can you see how it can dig in quite far from that position to that position? And that's really idiosyncratic of these locks. And it doesn't matter which way you turn it, because the cutting is the other side as well, so there isn't an easier side. And because this was a new lock, or it has never been used, I mean, just look how pristine it is, you can see how sharp everything is still, which just makes it a little bit harder. They can be a tiny bit easier if the lock has been used, although then you get to the point where it gets very dirty and then you lose feedback. Anyway, I digress. Here you go. So all of these gin bottle spools, if I turn it up that way, you'll see that it does look like a little gin bottle. And in every single position, all standard key pins, And yeah, a pretty lovely lock all in all. So yeah, thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed that. Definitely have a go at picking Ruko locks if you can. They're really good fun. If you like the video, please leave a like. If you haven't subscribed and want to see more content like this, great time to subscribe to my channel, so please consider doing that. If you have any comments, leave them below. I do reply to as many as I can. I certainly read all the comments, and I'll see you all next time.